Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This is a wild episode right here. This is not wild, but this is an interesting episode. It is about Asian exclusion. You know what I'm saying? Not even just Asian, Chinese exclusion, and how two different sets of parents in two different times had to go against the school board. That situation had to be taken to the Supreme Court and just had to be talked about. You know what I mean? And that was gangster to do that. Like, other families just rode with the punches. They just was like, it is what it is. It's the system, and kept it moving. Just, here's a phrase. I had a dude say this to me, and I didn't know how to react to it. And he was like, I like what you do. You stay quiet and you keep your head down. And I remember thinking to myself, like, wow, that was the most, you know what I'm saying? There was a piece of that just didn't sit right. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is a very, I don't know, man. That's a weird thing to say to someone. You know what I'm saying? Because when you say that, there's a whole lot of ways to take that, and none of them are positive. You know, that to me, that personally sounds like when somebody goes, yeah, you're one of the good ones. And again, it could even mean like, yo, out of everybody in that group that you rock with, you're one of the good dudes. I can actually go, yo, you're a little more level-headed. I can talk to you. You're not, you know what I'm saying? There's nothing going on with you. But at the same time, it's just a weird way that sits on you when somebody throws that at you. Like, wow, you're one of the good ones. Like, what? Like, what? Come on, man, for real? Anyway, a lot of Asians were just riding with it. Just like, this is the way the game goes. We'll play along to stay in the mix. These two families chose not to. You know what I'm saying? These are joints that was like two different time frames, two different states. Had to go out here and do their thing, man. That was dope. Now, before we go any further, I got to say this because I should have started it off with this. Rest in peace to Tina Turner. If you're thinking to yourself, man, this episode is super new, let me explain something real quick. We've been out here busy for a minute, and I think the last thing that was posted was the just celebration of Asian and Pacific Islander month, and that was it. A lot of stuff going on. So the shows are still going on. The mix shows on the radio, they're still going on. And then it's behind the scenes stuff we got going on. So the podcast kind of took a back seat for a minute. What we gonna do is probably drop 2 a week until we play catch up a little bit. And this right here is fresh. This episode that you're gonna hear is actually from last night's episode. And again, rest in peace to Tina Turner. She passed on the 24th, which was also Heavy D's birthday. And I'm a hip hop dude, so you know how we do. Rest in peace to Heavy D. But here's the crazy part about Tina Turner's career. Tina Turner was that chick. Like, hands down, was one of those chicks. Then she took that hiatus. And everybody knows her from the comeback. Everybody knows the comeback. You know what I'm saying? When she came back in what was it, 84 or whatever, 84, 85, maybe 83. I can't really remember the actual album, but y'all remember she comes back and it's like, private dancer, dancing for money and do what you want me to do. All that joint, you know what I'm saying? What love got to do? Who needs a heart when a heart can be broken? All them joints was rocking. Next thing you know, she's in a Mad Max film. You know what I mean? Yo, killer careers on the joint. Then you're simply the best. Better than all the rest. All that joint, she was huge. Career was crazy. And here's the thing, she blows up in the 80s. Gets the Grammys and all this and all that. The 90s come. And she gets the movie drops. What's Love Got to Do with It? The great, highly underrated. We need to figure out how to get her a real award, not one of these Lifetime Achievement joints. A real Oscar needs to fall in the hands of Angela Bassett. I said it, I mean it. Lawrence Fishburne, great. Matter of fact, that should be like the Hollywood couple joint. They got to play Ike and Tina. Then they was Trey parents who loved Trey. You know what I'm saying? They was out here trying to make sure Trey had a great life. Boys in the Hood joint. Anyway, they play this role. And watching this movie back in the day, watching this movie just a couple of years ago, watching this, and the movie I think played later on somewhere. Like people was jumping, like the Max, it's no longer HBO Max. The Max was like, yo, we already had something about her, with her. She passes, you go to the Max, that's the first thing you see is Tina Turner's face. They was on top of it. But going back to the movie, there's a part in the movie, Ike's whole thing is they're trying to discredit the legacy that they got. There's a lot of stuff going on. They're trying to erase their movement. They're trying to act like this never existed. His whole joint was like, yo, we are great. And we need the world to see that. We need the world to respect that. We want to be here. And it's weird. Now, like yesterday, last night when I did the show on Legal Crime Radio, by the way, look that joint, Google that, go to the schedule, and you'll be like, yo, there you go. All right, there I am. Here I am. There I am. I do not know that song. Anyway, I'm doing my show last night. I opened up my joint with some Tina Turner joints, but it's all old Tina. It's funky, old, a lot of Ike and Tina type joints. So I'm rocking it, and I had a homie hit me up. He was like, dude, never heard of a lot of these. And it wasn't until I let a couple of songs actually breathe and play a little longer, I hit him back. I'm like, yo, a lot of people don't. And it hit me in the head. That was what Ike was talking about. Ike was like, yo, they're trying to discredit me. They want to erase my legacy. And we did. Like, think about it. When you think of Ike and Tina, it's primary, keep on running, rolling. That's it. And we don't know anything else. I play the show, I do the show, I sit back, and then I'm just actually listening to a lot of her music. Pull up some footage online, and I'm looking at it. They locked it down. The time that they were who they were, Ike and Tina, and the Ikeettes and all that, they locked it down. When you look at Tina Turner's old footage, you see Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those people who like to say, yeah, Beyonce's the new Diana Ross and all that stuff, because, like, group breaks up, she's the breakout star, it writes itself. But then when you see Tina Turner's stage presence and the fact that she commands your attention and she's all over the place, and it's just yo. And then you look at Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? And then here's the thing, you take all the glitz and glamour, like you take all the glittery stuff that Beyonce does and the over lavished, you know what I'm saying? And you just talk about straight energy. Tina Turner and Beyonce got that energy. Like they right there. It's crazy, man. It's wild. It's so dope. But at the same time, I get what Ike was saying, because we've totally abandoned that grind. That period of time of Tina Turner's career is totally overlooked. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're showing, like, I've seen the videos with this. I've seen people's video packages, or as they were talking about how she passed, and there's various packages of her, again, more so as a young woman dancing and on stage doing her thing. But it's primary, keep on running, rolling. Then it gets into all her stuff as a solo artist on the, you know what I'm saying, in the 80s and 90s. That period in her time has been summed up to one song. And it's a travesty, you know what I'm saying? Here's a woman who had a great legacy. That whole time frame of music is gone. just, and like I said, I get it now. Now that I get, because it's not just with Ike and Tina, it's with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Sam Cooke's career has been summed up to like 3 songs. Working on the chain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I was about to make that sound like Primary. Oh no, now I can't think of the how. Ha. Ha. That was the sound of the man working on the chain. Gang. That's that song. Cupid, draw back your bow. That joint. And of course the one we all know. I was born by the river in a little tent. Yo, change is gonna come. Boy, whoa. You shut it down with that song. That song, yo. You know what I'm saying? That's his career. His career has been summed up to 3 joints. People forget Sam Cooke was that guy at one point. Like, Sam Cooke had it on lock. Sam Cooke was official. We lose that. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Motown and salute to Stax Records, who actually will always go out their way to keep their legacy alive. Motown is an institution. Motown is so dope. I even did a joint about Motown. It was one of the earlier episodes of this whole podcast thing when we talked about Motown. Motown, and I'll say it again, Motown is so dope that they are a genre. You know what I'm saying? The Beatles are so dope. They are a genre. It's like rock, R&B, pop, soul, funk, jazz, Motown. You know what I'm saying? When you go to these old school stations that play old school R&B and stuff like that, they go, home of old school R&B and Motown. Like, Motown is a whole genre of, even when you look at joints and it's like, da-da-da-da, Motown. Like, what? R&B, such and such, such as Motown. Motown, like, Berry Gordy has went out of his way to make sure that his music doesn't get lost in that shuffle of time. You know what I'm saying? Joe Simon was official at one point. You don't hear him. Jerry Butler was official. You don't hear him. Ann Pebbles, official. You don't hear her. You know what I'm saying? Etta James, the biggest slap in the face of all time was, you know what I'm saying? They went and got Beyonce to do the joint, do the Etta James joint. She at that White House, she covered it, and Etta James was still alive. You know what I'm saying? As time goes on, Aretha Franklin is being summed up to like maybe 5 songs. You know what I'm saying? Natural Woman, Respect. Look, now I'm like, I don't know the other. Say you come back to me. That's what. That joint. It's like a few, but her long career has been summed up to 4 to 5 songs, 3 to 5 songs. We're talking Aretha Franklin, the Queen. Whitney Houston's career has now been, as time goes on, it's summed up to three songs. Of course, the Dolly Parton joint, the Bodyguard joint, and then you got I Want to Dance with Somebody, and then I think it's another slow song. We talking Whitney Houston. Marvin Gaye's career has been summed up to like 3 songs: Sexual Healing, Let's Get It On, What's Going On. That's it. Inner City Blues. And basically that whole What's Going On album is like, we don't talk about nothing else. So yeah, I see what Ike was talking about. Like, as time goes on, you want your work to be respected and rocked with, you know what I mean? But hey, salute to Tina Turner. Rest in peace to Tina Turner. She put in that work. Tina Turner was out here putting in that work. I remember being a kid, and it was this is back when VH1 was official. VH1 did a deep, and I think they only did like 3 of them. I think 3 to 4 of them. But I know the first one, it was Tina Turner was on there. Cher was on there. Just a bunch of like the classic chicks. I don't know if Diana Ross, I think Diana Ross might have made it. Diana Ross probably made it. But I definitely remember, and they were just the camaraderie of these women who had real careers. Cher's career. A lot of people don't realize, like, we only celebrate Cher's career from that comeback, from like when she came back in the 80s and the 90s. She was out here rocking them. It's wild. So to watch these women do that was such a great thing. To see Tina Turner, like when you would hear Tina Turner talk about the ups and downs in the interviews and stuff like that. I haven't seen the Max documentary joint yet. I remember old clips of all stuff like Tina Turner was official. Her story, her struggle, the whole stuff the stuff she been through. It's wild. Great, and the fact now that she got to sit back and relax and enjoy the fruits of her labor. She just got to be iconic from a distance. Like she was over there somewhere, like in overseas somewhere. She got to be that. You know what I'm saying? She got to be that. She stopped touring a few years ago, I think right before COVID, because stuff wasn't right with her body and everything. Just a strong, just dope woman, man. And it is crazy that we might mess around and just sum up her legacy to like 2 albums, 3 songs, and keep it moving. You know what I mean? So, salute, rest in peace to Tina Turner. This episode, like I said, this whole, it was what it was, going back to the Tape versus Hurley and the Lum. I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Anyway, Lum versus Rice, and just how people, look, until you realize that America had a whole lot of stuff going on. America had a anti-Chinese act going on. You know what I'm saying? Chinese people felt like they deserved to be here because they helped connect America. You know what I'm saying? They're responsible for the railroads. They are majorly responsible for putting these railroads down, which help connect America on a crazy level back then. So it's like they're here. You know what I'm saying? And to have people go out their way to make rules to stop their progression is wild. Now, it's just, when we get into it, we're about to get into it. I just wanted to just say, please do your research on these people, on that situation. Because one was in the 1800s, late 1800s. The other one was in the mid 1900s, early, you know what I'm saying, like 1950 something. And it's just the fact that that's what they were going through at that time. It's crazy to think. America was a different beast altogether, and sometimes we never stepped up. We never really, you know what I mean, progressed. It's always the hatred. America's hatred for anything keeps everything down. You know what I'm saying? How wild it is. We keep everything down. When you find out, and I know I'm going off book again. When you found out that a form of universal health care was on the table, but the people didn't want that kind of thing happening for black people as well. So a form of health care was on the New Deal. For those, let me go to it. Let me make this even crazier. I think it was Vice President Wallace. Truman beat Wallace going into the 3rd term, which was very shenanigan. There was a lot of shenanigans going on with that. Wallace was so, the stuff, if you look up what the stuff that Wallace was about, they're still trying to get a lot of that stuff now. This is during the 1940s. The stuff he was out here trying to get equal wages for blacks, women, people, anybody else of color who were out here working. It's crazy. He was trying to protect farmland for anybody who had farms, whether you were white, people of color. He was trying to figure out how to keep the government from taking over the farming industry. You know what I'm saying? My man was out here trying to figure out how to make sure everybody got some sort of healthcare, how people had some sort of insurance and coverage for working for these companies and blah blah. He was like, yo, my man was really official. Truman ended up, like, back then there was a whole nother separate election for the vice president, and my man was winning. Everybody shut it down for the night, and during that shutdown there was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, palm greasing and promises being told that would go through. Like, yo, you let my man come through, I got you. You see, you know that thing that you're trying to get in your area? We're going to let that happen in your city. We're going to let that happen in your state. We're going to make sure that this had that. And the third, that's you want to cut all this out. You want to segregate. You want your segregation to be even deeper. We'll work with that. We'll make sure we'll drive all those people of color, Spanish, black, Jews, whoever they are. We'll move them further out the way. We'll expand here. We'll relight that. Just rock with my man Truman, and we got you. Alright, I like that. Cool, thank you. Bow. I got your vote. I can count on you right now. Alright, let's do it. The next day, they vote again. Truman overwhelmingly. Like, it was a tight race, and my man was winning over Truman the day before. Next day, landslide. Come on, man. Crazy. Next thing you know, a lot of stuff, a lot of things happen. Even with when you think about Abraham Lincoln gets assassinated. His vice president didn't like black people. He could care less about what was going on. He wasn't doing the Lyndon B. Johnson thing where he was like, yo, I gotta kind of like help fulfill this legacy that was already in play. My man was like, yo, it is what it is, and turned his back on the game. Like, yeah. That was a Lincoln thing. That don't mean that's me, B. I'm not part of that. I'm good. Turned his back on the whole situation. That's America. America is just that thing. So just to see that you have something that happened in 1885 on the West Coast still be something that you're fighting for in 1950 something down south shows you that the progression was still being held down. Like, they was, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. Thank y'all for listening. I'm sorry we've been late on this. Like I said, we're gonna try to do 2 episodes until we catch up a little bit. So if you rocking with us, thank y'all. If you probably think if this pops up on your thing somewhere, you're like, oh snap, he back. Wonder what happened. That's what happened. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're doing different stuff here and there. We're trying to make moves, y'all, on and on and on. Okay, I don't know if I was going with the Tribe and LONS joint, or I was going the Craig Mack route. I don't know which one. Was it dope? I never really knew any of half of the words that Craig Mack was saying. I ain't gonna lie. I keep it a buck. I kind of didn't know a lot of stuff Craig Mack was saying. Anyway, we was out here busy, y'all, and it's just what it is, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Thank y'all for rocking with us. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. That's what we do. Please enjoy this episode. Do your research on both of these situations. Do your research on even the Chinese Act. Like they really went out their way to prohibit Chinese people from doing things. Look this stuff, yo. Crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, man, let's get into this. Thank y'all for listening. Let's go. Yes. Hey, everybody entitled to a couple of hiccups here and there. Y'all just don't understand how I go down sometimes. Live, baby. This is what you do when you live. So when I say that, I'm like, live at the Oasis. Y'all know the basis. Y'all check the places. Erase your vapors. Looking at they sure they cause the vapors to feeling. Nothing can save you, cause this was the season for catching the vapors. Since I got time, tell you what I'm gonna do. It's how it's all spread it out throughout my crew. Now you know O&O, yo, that's my mans. We be doing mad joints, yo, rocking again. Off and on and off. So dope with it, word is born. I'm playing man, let me stop, man. Let me do. I need to stop, yo. Now you own those GT Swan, on the TT Swan who be singing my records. Nobody beat the bench in the bench, check it. Back in the day before the bench began, he used to try to talk to this girl named Fran. The type of female with fly Gucci wear. Hey, if you know it, you know it. Y'all know how we do, man. We do, hey, we go there like that, man. Word up, Yo, have my man say, I got another partner that's calm and plain. He goes by the name of the Big Daddy Kane. Woo! Hey! Yo, rest in peace to Biz. Y'all ain't ready. Y'all ain't understanding. This is what we do anyway. Let's get into what we came in here to do, man. What we talk about? Oh, it's that time of the night, right? My bad. Let's do what we do. Let's go like this. Take it from the top. This moment, an Asian and Pacific Islander. Whoa. Check this out here. We all know Brown versus the Board of Education. But here's a wild joint. There's two examples. There's two of them out here of what happened with the Asian people. Chinese preferably, basically. I don't know, preferably sound like I got a preference. Yo, side note. Remember? I don't know, maybe it was just me, because I was in a lot of geeky weird kid classes. But I never knew this, right? So, I'm hanging out. 8th grade. I forgot what class it was. It was me and maybe two other black dudes. That's a whole nother story. Man, that's another story that cannot be said on the radio. Well, it can, but it can't be. You know what I mean? But anyway, me and the other two dudes, and we all hanging out together. And this Asian chick walks by. And the white dude goes, I can't remember his name. I think it's Brad, it's Mark, it's something like that. Anyway, he goes, oh man, I love Kamuku or Kanoko. I forgot her name. Anyway, and his other homie goes, man, I knew you had that yellow fever. Young, dumb, 8th grade me. Not understanding that that's slang for being attracted to Asian women. My silliness, I got up and moved away from him. I'm like, dude, I cannot afford to get sick. I don't know what that is. That sounds terrible. Yellow fever? Yo, that sounds like something that will kill you. Like, yo, that is, like, yo. That's, in my mind, I was like, yo, I just got up and, I ain't even say nothing. I just got up and moved away. And I ain't kicking around for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Talking to one of my OGs, I'm like, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I think dude might have gave me yellow fever. He's like, yellow fever? Yeah. Like, yo, that means that he attracted to Asian women. Oh, word. Then I just was like, then I thought about it because Nicole or whatever her name wasn't even like an attractive Asian chick. It was just like, she had this big head. Puberty was hitting hard, so it was like her head looked like, you know what I'm saying? You know, like her bumps looked like boils. It was just like every joint, almost like every other one had like had a white head going on. So it was like a bunch of red and white joints all on her head. It's like if she got in a fight and somebody punched in the forehead, pus would go everywhere. It was wild. I'm like, yo, that is like, yo, crazy. Anyway, that ain't the point. The point was Chinese people, school, education. So back in 1885, out there on the West Coast of California, the California Supreme Court was out here coming up with new ways to exclude Asian people. There was a Chinese Act out there, yo. Like, there was a Chinese Act, so during the gold rush, Chinese people wanted their hands in the mix too. So, yo, they out there doing their thing, and they were excluded from going to regular school, aka white school. They were in the mix of all of this stuff. They were being present. Like I said, there was an actual Chinese Act prohibiting them from being involved with anything. So they're like, yo, my daughter's out here getting these good grades. My daughter's doing a thing. You mean to tell me that now y'all telling me she can't go over here to the white schools and hang out with you guys and make that happen? So, and they was like, yo, they went to San Francisco. They fought for it. They did what they thing. You know what I'm saying? They won the victory. Here's the wild part. they started opening up schools. San Francisco started opening up schools strictly for the Chinese people. And they were like, well, maybe they'll take their kid to that school. And they were like, nah, let's not that wasn't the point. The point was, y'all excluded us. And we didn't say, yo, give us our own joint. So even they was back then battling for the joints. And that's just one example of how wild the game was, right? Because what people don't know is that's Tate versus Hurley. That's 1885. Now you fast forward a little bit, and we're talking the civil rights movement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Board versus the Brown, Brown versus the Board of Education, and then you get this whole joint that jumps off in the 1900s, where you go, yo, shorty wanted to go to a school out here in Mississippi. And this situation jumps off a little different because they not only wanted to be able to go to a white school, they wanted to be accepted as white people. Because now we're talking the South, the 1900s, segregation is on strong. And it's like what you had with Chinese people were looking at it like this. I'd rather go out here and start up a business, because if I start a business, you'll see me as a merchant, because they really excluded the labor workers. They treated people totally different. So even in that mix, they were like, nah, I think I want to figure out how we can get treated different. You know what I'm saying? Get rocked out and have everything pop off. Now, their issue was they were told that their daughter could no longer go to this school because she wasn't white. You had to go to the colored school. That meant, because back in the day, again, America was so black and white. There already is a Chinese Act and stuff going against Hispanics, Latinos. This was different. This was different. They were like, hold on, we're not black, so we shouldn't have to go to this school. And they're looking at them like, yeah, you're not black, but you're definitely not white. So you're definitely not coming through here. Bag it up, keep it moving. And they fought that. They fought to figure out a way to be looked at as white, just so they couldn't go to a school, a black school. Why? Because it's down south, Mississippi, and you understand that not only is racism at its all-time high, the fact that the system is basically leaving one group out in the cold. So they're like, yo, there's no way I'm going to allow y'all to have my kid not get the best resources, because y'all aren't going to give these black schools the best resources. You know what I'm saying? So dudes, that family fought and they fought and they fought. They won. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of them joints where it's just like, yo, it's the craziest thing that says a lot. That says a lot about just the racism in America. It says a lot about the whole vibe that, yo, it's so crazy that that's our structure, that even people who aren't part of either group, white or black, and they're caught in the middle and they're trying to figure out who to side with, and they're like, yo, I think I'm gonna side with where it's popping at, automatically. I mean, no sense, right? Duh. You know what I mean? That's why you had black people who had kids or family members who could pass as white. They were like, yo, let's go over there, live that life, get that right, do your thing. The opportunities, the door will be open for you. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. And it's wild how that plays a major part in everything when it comes to Asian black relationships. Because it's like, yo, and a lot of times, like I said, it had less to do with the people and more to do with the situation. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they get treated a certain way. We shouldn't have to go through that. They shouldn't have to go through that. But y'all already got that on the books. Like, that's their thing. We gotta, we're not part of that. We don't want to be part of that. Can we slide off somewhere else? Wow, right? That's the Black History moment. That's not black. Technically got some black history to it. That's the Asian and Pacific Islander history moment. Please look up both of them Tape versus Hurley. And the other one, oh, I didn't even get y'all the name of the other one. My bad. Oh, I'm out here bugging. I'm tripping. I didn't even get y'all the name of that. The lawsuit, Stop for Segregation in School out there in the Mississippi Delta. They had to take it to the Supreme Court. Woo! Y'all ain't understanding, man. And I can't even pronounce old girl name anyway. The people's name, so we gon' Lum. Yeah, I think I said that right. Maybe. Lum versus rights. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what we do. This is how we get down. Let's get into what we do. Word up. Let's go. That's my time. Hey. Like, yo, you know how we do, man, when we get down on Wednesday. We out here rocking them joints. Rest in peace to Jay Dilla. Rest in peace to Bantan. Rest in peace, like I said, Tina Turner. Heavy D. B.I.G. You know how we see everything in these streets. They got to pop it like, Anyway, man, I'm playing anyway. Let's get down what we do. I'ma holler at y'all Saturday. Oh, Saturday's, right, the Memorial Day weekend. Oh, y'all know how we get down, man. We gonna just have a bunch of high energy vibes. I'm gonna try to keep it. I ain't gonna have no gutter joints out there. We ain't gonna get. I don't know, man. I might have Scarlett was a shorty's name too by the name Scarlett. I might have to get the fuck now. New York ain't safe no more. We don't want you wanna be all lovey-dovey. You want a hug. What you crying in the corner for? You can't come in the corner store. What you looking at the cat at the bodega on the bread for? Get out of here. I'm bugging. I don't know how that joint go. I really don't know. But anyway, this is what we do, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all Saturday. So let me get serious real quick, cause my head about to rhyme. Let me get like, it's just wow. So if y'all ain't seen the video, man, Shorty got the smoked sausage or something just hanging out. Where are these people getting these? Where are these mics hanging from? Everybody out here doing this joint, where the mic is just out of nowhere, just hanging. They standing in front of it, rhyming outside, like yeah, son. Come on, man. Anyway, what was I about to say? Saturday, I'm gonna holler at y'all. We gonna have fun. We gonna try to keep it upbeat. I don't know, man. I don't know if we get busy on the ones and twos, but wiki, or just fall back. I don't know how I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do what we do. We gonna have a good time. Word up. And we gonna talk about that LL Big thing too. Cause I was supposed to do it, but I bounced out on and played that. But anyway, what we got going on? Oh, never mind. We gonna do that Big and L thing Wednesday. Cause I gotta play all the joints, man. Anyway. We gonna do what we do, have fun, and have a good time. Let me get up ready to get up out of here. Oh, salute to Bad Boy G too, who was like, yo, cause I was spilling old world joints, and he was like, yo, I can hit you off with the joint. I don't know if it might make one of our slow jam moments. You rock it out there, but outside of that, it might not make this, but it's dope. It might make a Sunday Soul Session situation or something like that. But anyway, when I gotta get ready to go, they say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that your God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace. See how I did that? I just stopped right there. Boy, I need to be out here doing my thing in Hollywood. And action. Then it just get like out of me laughing and joking and just, how dare you smoke crack in my living room? I'm playing. Let's go. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.